All right, James. So you know how when you look up a movie, it'll show you the cast,
Yeah.
like on Google or
IMDb.
like IMDb. Yeah. So I saw a reel over the weekend or over the week. It made me laugh because it's a reel of like the Venom 3 cast, and under Aunt May, it had Norman Reedus labeled as the actor.
Yeah, I thought that was weird.
And there was a guy kind of making a joke about it, but it sparked something in me where I was like, you know what? If that was true, which it's not, obviously, but if that was a real thing and they casted Norman Reedus as Aunt May, I would be 100% down for that, just because the absurdity of that casting. And just the off the wall, and especially this just isn't just Sony. This would be like any movie company that would just be like, hey, we casted this person as
I've seen
like
it before
X.
though.
Right.
I've seen it before. They do. I think from Matrix, the Lawrence Fishburne one.
Yeah.
I think they had another black guy cast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what's up with Google. Google does that a lot.
Yeah. But
it's weird.
I don't know. It just really got me thinking, like, oh man, that would be hilarious if they really casted Norman Reedus as Aunt May and they just went with it the whole time, like doubled down. They were like, yeah, we casted him as Aunt May. Oh, it would be funny. Is Aunt May transgender in this movie? No, Aunt May is just Aunt May. Norman Reedus is just playing Aunt May.
I don't think you want that, because that would be just a slew of just backlash.
But like he acts as Aunt May, he plays as Aunt May, and then you cast Al Pacino as Uncle Ben.
That's like a parody.
I would love it. I would love it so much if movies just started doing off the wall obscure casts and they just like double down on it the whole time. Like, yeah, we thought Norman Reedus would be really good as Aunt May, and surprisingly it worked out. And then you just get scenes of like Norman Reedus and whoever plays Peter Parker. Jeez, man. Just Norman Reedus. Just
so who's
as
gonna
Aunt
play
May.
Peter Parker?
I have no idea. Anybody could.
Somebody old. How would you bring back Michael Douglas?
Yeah, you could
bring it back.
Screw it.
No, not Michael Douglas. Who's the guy that played Uncle Ben and Spider-Man? Oh, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
Sheen. Yeah, Martin Sheen, right?
Yeah.
No, not Martin Sheen. Maybe Martin Sheen.
It wasn't Martin Sheen. Was it Martin Sheen? I think it was.
It was a Sheen.
Yeah, it was the old
Charlie Sheen's dad, right?
Charlie Sheen's dad.
Yeah,
yeah, Martin Sheen. You're right.
Yeah, okay. But I mean, I would be 100% down for it. Just the absurdness of it, and just to see everyone going like, they casted this person as this character. That's funny. And then the movie company or the producers are just like, yeah, just like, yeah, we did. This is the movie.
Speaking of Spider-Man, have you seen well, I know you've been doing a lot of work lately, but have you seen all the Spider-Man movies that's been in the movie theaters?
No, I haven't been able to, and I really wanted to. I really wanted to go see Spider-Man 1 and 2, and then The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
The next one is next Monday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's the last one.
I just haven't been able to go, and then, like, normally these are, like, evening events.
Well, it played all day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's all day.
See, I completely missed out on it. I honestly, I knew it was coming up, and then I just got busy with a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about it. But, I mean, I've seen the movies. I have the movies.
It's been pretty packed.
That's also partly why as well.
Yeah.
I was like, do I really want to go to a packed theater?
And in a small house?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but no, it's been really kind of cool, just kind of reflecting on it and going back on it, At least the first two. I read the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man's kind of been always kind of up in the air with me.
Right.
Because I always thought it was so weird that they rebooted it so quickly.
Yeah.
Because I think the first two Spider-Mans were 2007. Well, the first three Spider-Mans were 2000.
Was up to 2007, yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it was so weird.
Well, I mean, I think what the reboot came out like 5 years later.
Yeah.
It wasn't like directly after, but it did come pretty soon.
Yeah, because I remember when I first heard it, I was just like, what?
Yeah, and then we got Tom Holland in 2016, so that's even quicker.
I thought that was weird.
When you think about it, yeah.
I thought that was weird too.
Yeah.
Because I thought they could easily just used Andrew Garfield Spider-Man and just plugged him in there.
Well, at one time they wanted to. The 2012 Spider-Man movie, the Amazing Spider-Man, the first one with Andrew Garfield.
Mm-hmm.
There's that scene towards the end of the movie where he's on some building cranes on a building, like construction cranes, and he's like flinging through the air.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the city rebuilding itself after the Avengers movie.
Oh,
like
nice.
Low key, that was kind of like Sony trying to be like, hey, look, we can work together.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Did not know that. That's total brain. That's now you just really shocked my mind.
Yeah,
That's
no,
crazy.
that was the thing because Sony wanted to play along with Disney, and then Disney had other plans, I suppose, or
Would've made a
vice
lot more
versa,
sense.
or whatever. Yeah.
I think it would have been a lot more easier, don't you think? For everything what's been going on with them lately,
Oh, of course.
it would have been a lot more easy just to plug that person in and just capitalize off that. But yeah, well,
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Yeah.
Hollywood wants to make stuff hard.
Yeah.
So.
But back to my original point before we move on to the rest of the show, I would really just love like obscure casts. That's just me and my chaotic sense of thinking.
Your dark humor.
Yeah. Can you imagine? It's just like, yeah, we got Norman Reedus playing
I
AMA.
could.
Just drives up in the motorcycle and everything. Like, we gave him a crossbow. He's from the Walking Dead set, but he's just Aunt May.
God, man.
They call her, Aunt May, she, her pronouns or whatever, just the whole time. Just like, hey, Aunt May, hey.
To my controversy throughout the wazoo.
God.
Oh, man.
It's controversy, but in a funny way.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I mean, everything is controversial, so it don't even matter.
Yeah, of course. So, but well, let's get the show on the road. We're on the go with Jacob and James. I'm Jacob. He's James.
Yep.
So we'll be right back with our next subject. On the go or on the run with Jacob and James.
So, they just revealed the Superman. James Gunn showed on his Instagram page. He showed the new Superman suit.
I did see it, James.
And it's the official one.
Yes.
So it's not like the AI suits that we've been seeing. Although I've been hearing a lot of people lately thinking there's AI suits all across it. Art, digital art, all over the place. So at first pick when I saw it, I thought, it's like, what, it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, obviously it's a DC-52.
Right.
So I don't have a problem with it. And, I can sit here and nitpick the little bits of it.
Yeah.
But I just really don't feel like it. So,
you know what? I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about the picture. I don't want to talk about how he's just sitting in a room putting his boots on. I don't want to talk about the giant laser in the back. I just don't want to talk about the reaction. It's
just a picture.
It's just a picture.
It's just a picture. It's not fully done.
I don't think we should. I don't think we should talk about this suit, James. I don't think we should talk about the kingdom come symbol.
Yeah.
Like that we actually get to see. I don't think we should talk about how his suit's kind of dirty. I don't think we should talk about any of it. Everyone's covered it. Everyone's been like discussing it all week. What do we need to say?
Oh yeah. It's just very stupid to me because I hate how people are trying to compare and contrast, and we've seen so many variations of the suit.
Yeah, people are going to do that regardless.
It's like, and I knew this was coming from the first dialect, the time James Gunn said he was going to make the suit. We knew this was coming. We knew that it was going to get criticism out the wazoo.
You know what's funny about this picture, though?
What?
Satire aside, the whole I don't want to talk about it bit aside, the picture worked.
It works.
The picture worked in the sense that it got everyone discussing it.
And I think it's what James Gunn cares about.
Exactly. And it's kind of why I went off on my I don't want to talk about it, because it works and it got everybody talking about this reveal, and it's great. I mean, honestly, the picture looks great. The suit looks cool. Everything looks fine. It's so funny because everyone was just like, why is he just putting on his boot? What's up with the laser in the background? It worked because it got you saying this.
It got you.
Now it's a whole topic. You fell for it.
Mm-hmm.
We fell for it. We're talking about it right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it did. Advertising does this a lot.
All the time, man.
Advertising will do a thing where they will make a commercial bad on purpose because it will stick in your brain.
Yep.
So the fact that they were like, hey, we're going to put Superman in a chair. He's going to be putting on his boot. Giant laser in the background. Very un-Superman-like, because that's not how Superman would respond to a laser in the sky,
like
right? He'll jump in the phone booth. He'll do his little Wonder Woman twirl, jump out as Superman, fly and save the day. So
which there's got to be a reason why he's doing that. I mean, in the picture, it's like he looks like he.
I guarantee you, the picture's not part of the movie at all. This is just a set image. This is just like, hey, you're in front of a green screen, sit in this chair. We'll take the picture. Everyone will talk about it.
That's it.
All it was.
I don't even think he's. I don't even think that's probably like a casting suit. I don't not so much a casting suit because we've seen James Gunn. Well, we've seen David Cornsweet on the internet, and he's been pumped. This dude is jacked.
Yeah,
he doesn't look nowhere near jacked in this picture.
Yeah,
but you really can't tell because he's sitting down.
Right.
So it's just like I don't even think that this is the official picture.
Right.
But this is just something that he just threw out there, just say, hey, this is what this suit's gonna look like.
Yeah.
So people can start making concept art because it's there now.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a reveal. It got people speaking about it. People are still speaking about it. People will continue to speak about it. And it's so funny to me because as soon as I saw it and as soon as I saw the comments, I was like, you silly people, you fell for this. You fell
for it.
You fell for this so hard. And like, I mean, no matter what, people would have discussed it anyway. But it's just hilarious. Everyone's just like, why is he sitting down? Why is he doing this? Because this works. This is how you keep the attention. I
mean, I remember when I first saw the Brandon Routh suit from 2006.
Yeah.
I wasn't too big on that one.
Yeah.
Because for one, the S was small.
Yeah.
I hated that suit and it looked a little boxy. You know, so I never really liked that suit. And then what we had from there, we had a couple other more iterations of it, but the most latest one is Henry Cavill, which, you know, of course that was always going to be the number one suit because it looked really alien type.
Yeah. And
this suit here looks more, how can I say this? Like more like an outfit. And it looks more like the Injustice. You ever played Injustice?
Yeah.
DC Injustice. That's what it looks like. The Injustice suit. But like I said, you know, I really can't judge too much. I see you got trunks.
Mm-hmm.
So I am happy about that.
I mean, you can barely see them, but I suppose they're in there. Yeah.
But yeah, I saw it. I saw that and saw like the yellow belt. I was like, you know, that's good. We gotta be bringing back a little bit of business of the old school. And I'm still pumped about seeing this movie. That no one can take that away from me. I don't care. I really, really don't care what anybody else thinks about the suit, good or bad. I really don't care because I'm still pumped to see the movie. I think James Gunn's going to hit it out the park.
Yeah.
So if you want to know my opinion, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
You can take it or leave it.
Now, what do you think about them including like Lex Luthor as a villain in this movie?
That's cool with me too.
Yeah.
Because you're doing something totally different. You're not just making him just a rich guy who's all we know. Yes, we know he's smart. He's intellect. He uses his money. He's manipulative.
Is he not going to be rich in the movie?
Yeah, he's going to be rich.
Okay.
But you know, what else can he do? You know, you don't want to see him in the green machine, the little green Iron Man machine, don't you? Do you? So it's like, you know, let's just do something different with this character.
Yeah.
You see what Jesse Eisenberg did with it, and that was a mess.
Yeah.
You know, have you watched My Adventures Superman?
The cartoon?
The cartoon?
I think I watched like 1 or 2 episodes.
Gotta watch it.
They got a season 2 coming.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Really good. Like I think James Gunn also kind of took some inspiration from that show as well because that show is really good.
Well, doesn't he oversee that show?
No.
Did he not? Because that's also part of his wheelhouse now, you know?
Well, yeah, now it is, but I mean, he doesn't oversee it or anything. But he has been like, you know, giving trailers and showing out stuff. We're like, hey, why don't you guys watch the show? But it's really, really good, man. What I like about that show, which is what I hope they do with this movie, is Lois and Jimmy and Clark are really, really friends.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell there's like a really, really friendship, a kinship there.
Yeah.
And also too, what I like about this show is that Superman doesn't have his powers fully.
Right. Yeah. He's still like a younger Superman.
He's still a younger Superman, so he's still going through. He's like 80% of himself.
Yeah.
So he's still going through all these different things, these warts and pains, and he's also got different villains. They're not just giving you. They're not shoving out the same villains. And I think in season 2, you got Lex Luthor coming in.
Nice.
Amanda Waller's coming in. Supergirl's coming in, and he also battles Deathstroke as well.
Okay, interesting.
Like I said, you got to watch it, man. I think you really like it.
I probably will.
You know, it's not no negative. Not so much negative, but it's just not the same BS Superman that we always got.
Right.
Different stories. Different. It's really, really different. And I think you really like it. It's a little bit of adult, but it's still somewhat. A kid could watch it, like a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, but
I think it's an Adult Swim show.
Yeah, it's an Adult Swim.
Which, by the way, I learned recently, Adult Swim starts at like 5 p.m. now for cartoons.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it used to be like 9 p.m. or 8 p.m., but now it's like 5. I'm like, that's the evening time. That's prime cartoon watching.
They want Nickelodeon, the SpongeBob still on.
Yeah, and it's funny because the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Yeah,
you remember that show?
Yeah,
it's an Adult Swim show now.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's part of their segment called like Checkered Past.
As it probably should be.
Yeah, I mean, probably so, but I don't know. I watched it when I was a kid.
I think Courage, honestly, I think Courage the Cowardly Dog should also be.
Oh yeah, Courage scared so many people.
Yeah. It never
It
scared
had some
me,
creepy
though.
episodes though.
Yeah, it did have some creepy
Did you ever
episodes.
see the Courage the Cowardly Dog Scooby Doo crossover movie?
Yeah, I seen it.
That was good. I like that.
That was good.
Yeah,
I did like that a
that was
lot.
good.
But yeah, man, that's all I got. That's my opinion of it. What's your opinion of the suit?
I already
just a
gave you
suit.
my opinion. It's a suit. It's a picture. It did exactly what it needed to do, and it just got people talking.
But does it heighten your level of just like, oh, I don't want to see this movie now? James Gunn's messed up everything.
It's Superman.
You like
I
that?
don't know.
James Gunn's messed up everything.
No, you know
Oh
what
my
makes me not
God.
want to see it is all the conversations about it.
Yeah.
Same thing with the same thing with most pop culture things nowadays. Like honestly, seeing everyone discuss and debate and analyze and
Well, that makes me want to see it
nitpick
even
and
more.
everything else, it kind of turns me off from it. Honestly, it just turns me off of like trying to like looking at comments and looking at what other people are thinking.
I mean, well, you can't pay attention to everybody's comments. Like,
That is true. It's so weird because
I don't venture off to that side of the world.
yeah, I try not to either,
I
but I
just
still
really
come
don't.
across stuff, and it's hard because we're so connected now online.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But like I
I'm
said,
rambling.
I don't venture off to that side of the world, man. And if I do, I take this little index finger and I scroll that bad boy up. And like my man Andre, the Black Nerd, like I love his show, by the way.
I haven't seen him forever. I mean, I used to watch him a lot too.
He just reviewed the suit and he was just like, "Look, it's a suit." Like
we just said.
I could sit here. He said the same thing we just said. I could sit there and nitpick it. I could tell you that I don't like the snuggish a little bit of a suit. It doesn't matter.
It's a suit.
Like once you put the CGI on it, and once you see it in action, you're gonna be like, "Oh, forget about." Remember when the Batman first came out and everybody was like the test screening for the suit?
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, I don't like the cowl," or "I don't like the was that the little neckline?" Or, "I don't like the ears."
Like, what are we doing?
But then when you saw the trailer, the little teaser trailer that we had during
They look
COVID,
great. Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my God, Matt Reeves is the best in the world."
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's a microwave society. Everybody wants everything right then and now.
Well,
but
you're
then once
right.
you get everything right then and now, then you're gonna criticize it. So what do you want? Do you want it to wait, or do you want it now?
We got it too good. That's the problem,
So-
James. We got it too good.
It is what it is, man.
On the go. We're getting arrested with Jacob and James.
What else you got? What's the next topic?
Chucky season 3 finally ended. The back half of it finally came out.
Oh, yeah.
I watched it. I finished it. Spoiler bot, come in here.
This is an on-the-go spoiler alert. You have now been alerted.
Okay. So, Chucky season 3, he's in the White House, right? And we learn he's dying because he pissed off the voodoo god because they tried to exorcise him in season 2. That's a lot of lore right off the bat, but that's essentially what season 3 is about. So, in the back half of season 3, he managed to kill the president, which wasn't a bigger episode. Honestly, like, he killed off the president and it felt like it should have been a big thing. But for the series, it just felt like another day at the office for Chucky. Which, I mean, yeah, I guess he's a serial killer, but at the same time, like, oh wow, like this should have been bigger. And it kind of was in a way, because there's a shady Secret Service guy who's been like covering up the murders in the White House. And he covers up the president's murder because they got a whole body double coming in and whatnot.
Yeah.
But the season kind of ends off at like
Another cliffhanger.
another cliffhanger. Chucky kind of gets away with some stuff, and our three main protagonists are kind of in a weird position. They've been tricked by Chucky, and now they're in these like little voodoo dolls, hanging like they're trapped in these voodoo dolls, owned by the creator of the good guy Chucky dolls, right? Apparently Chucky had gone to him at some point and convinced him to work with him because he's gone crazy over the years, and that's just where he's played by John Waters. The guy who created the Chucky dolls is played by John Waters.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard that he was going to be in
He's
there.
been in a couple Chucky movies before as well. Like Don Mancini has this tradition or habit, kind of like James Gunn in a way, where he brings back certain actors, right? Devon Sawa He's always in the Chucky projects. There's a couple other actors that always come back. Brad Dourif, of course, he's Chucky. And John Waters is another one of them. So basically the end of this season 3 is like our heroes of the show are now locked in a cabinet and they're dolls. And Chucky and Tiffany are now back together. They're both back to being dolls. And they're on their way somewhere. They have this like little girl. One of the trios, Lexi, her little sister kind of gets brainwashed by Chucky. So she's like now Chucky's little assistant. She's kind of like this little psychopath girl.
All right.
And she's learning the voodoo arts with him and stuff like that. Yeah. And so now it's Chucky, the bride of Chucky, and the little girl Caroline. And the season ends with them kind of driving off onto their next little murderous adventure.
So will this be carry on to the movie?
That's what a lot of people are thinking because Don Mancini does want to do like a 4th movie.
Yeah, he said he want to do a 4th
However,
movie.
at the end of this episode, the finale, Chucky comes up and like the White House is burning down because they burned down the White House in this movie. They burned down the White House and they nuke the North Pole. Actually, James, like that happens in this show.
All right. Well, I mean, it's
Wild.
It's just a doll come to life, so
anything can happen at this point,
yeah,
right?
Anything's possible.
So Chucky comes up and he's like campaigning for a 4th season. That's the whole bit at the end. He's like, hey, we've done 3 seasons and blah blah blah, and election joke, blah blah blah, and he wants a 4th season. Don Mancini wants a 4th season. My personal opinion on it is, I'd really rather them just do another movie, and I'd rather him just
end it that way.
End it at a movie and have like a final showdown between Andy and Chucky, because you got to bring back Andy Barkley from the beginning of the series, and they kind of did in one of the movies, and they kind of did in the series, but we need an end.
That's so funny when we say final showdown.
That's what it would be, and it's one of those things where it's like, okay, it's cool that you get to explore your character, and I'm all for creators doing whatever they want with their characters. Like, as far as that goes, great. However, you could easily go the George Lucas way or the J.K. Rowling way, where you kind of do a little too much. And, George Lucas added a bunch of stuff over the years to his movies. J.K. Rowling added a bunch of stuff to her lore over the years with her little Pottermore website. And Don Mancini could easily go that way, but just like...
Because at the end of the day, you don't want to forget that this story is about Chucky.
It is about Chucky.
It is about Chucky.
But he's also the villain. He's the main character, but he's also the villain. So, it's one of those things where it's like, where are you going to go with this? Are you going to go where Chucky manages to kill the whole world, take over the world? Or are you going to do it where he finally gets killed off and gets his comeuppance? You've gone so far to put Chucky in the White House, which is really ambitious. It's a really ambitious move.
That's an inspired move.
You killed the president. You had Chucky kill the president, which I don't think any slasher over the years has murdered a president.
Nope.
In
Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers. Nope, none of them.
So you got to give him credit for that. That is a take, and that's why I'm surprised that episode wasn't bigger. You know, like that's a feat for a horror movie slasher to do, and it was just like kind of played off as something, another day at the office. So I just want them to either end it or make it more cohesive. I don't know, because you want to do a 4th season, but it's like, where do you go from there? You've already put him in the White House. You already killed the president.
It's kind of like the movies. When you kept doing so many Chucky movies,
yeah.
Like I don't know how much further you can take this character.
Exactly. And at one point, it seemed like they were, I don't know, it seemed like he had kind of a plan, and then the plan slowly deviated as the show happened.
Exactly.
Because even in the show, the first season, it seemed like Chucky had some sort of plan, because they brought in some, like, all these other Chucky dolls they were going to do. But then the second season, they killed off all the other Chucky dolls. Mm-hmm. And then in the third season, they were like, this is the last Chucky doll. And then they revealed another last Chucky doll. So it's like, all right, well, how many final dolls are we going to go through? Yeah.
I mean, I like what they did with the Chucky movie that was pretty much a throwaway version with Mark Hamill, where they had, like, Chucky teddy bears and Chucky stuff like that. Like, if they would have done something like that,
right,
it would have been like, oh, okay, cool. So this is another version of Chucky. This is a teddy bear.
Right.
Kind of like a Teddy Ruxpin goes, rogue.
If Universal didn't do that behind Don Mancini's back, I could see Don Mancini kind of going that route.
Probably, yeah.
But they already burned that bridge.
They burned the
and I'm
bridge
sure,
already.
and Don Mancini is not going to want to copy
No.
something Universal did.
No.
And you're right. I actually did enjoy that movie as well. It's just
Yeah.
the shadiness behind it.
See, I
There's a
didn't
problem.
know a lot about that because at that time, I just wanted to see a good movie.
Yeah.
And the movie looked really fun. And then you had Mark Hamill voice of Chucky, so I was like, oh, okay, cool.
And it was a fun, enjoyable movie. Yeah. And, you know, there's something about a band of kids fighting a monster that works.
Aubrey Plaza was really good.
Aubrey Plaza was great.
Very surprising.
Yeah.
Brian Tyree Henry was also in there too.
Oh my God. He shows up in a lot of stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So, but there's something about a group of kids who fight things. Like Andy
Goonies.
actually had friends in this, and the Goonies is kind of. I don't like the
Well,
Goonies.
it pretty much had. That's pretty much what it was. Everyone copies the trade of the Goonies now.
You're right, but I'm thinking like Stand By Me. Stand By Me.
Stand By Me Goonies. Yeah, that was pretty.
That's
it's the same thing.
I think it's a good example. The remakes. It Chapter 1 was great. It Chapter 2 wasn't so great because like they're all adults.
They're all adults.
Whatever. You're adults. You have your own lives. We don't care if you die. But like kids, it's different. Like it's children fighting a thing way bigger than themselves.
It was really fun. I really had fun with that. Like I said, I knew it wasn't the Chucky that we all knew, but I just thought it was kind of cool. Like, it's kind of like remember that movie Small Soldiers?
Oh yeah.
That's what kind of reminded me of that whole part in the shopping cart.
You're right. And as far as like adaptations go, it's not a bad adaptation.
Wasn't the worst.
No,
it wasn't the worst. I'll give it that.
No, it's just the shadiness of the movie company behind the scenes, and you know, I mean, we see it all the time. With big
Rocky.
Production studios.
Seen it with Sylvester Stallone, but I think that's more of his fault more than anything. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I can see that.
Come for me. That's fine.
Come for me.
Because you know, Creed was pretty much taken right up from under the Rocky franchise was taken right up under his
right.
So we've seen companies pull the rug right off the director's back all the time. Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
You know, but I haven't watched any of the show. I have never watched any of it because I just don't really care to see an expansion of those characters like that.
Yeah.
Unless it's just Andy and Chucky.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a fun show. It's just after a third season, it's kind of to the point where it's like, all right, where are we really going? You know, where are we gonna end this? Are you just gonna keep doing these forever until you die? Like, why?
That's what happened to Fantastic Beasts.
What's the end of this?
The same thing happened to Fantastic Beasts. It's like you kept going on with these characters that no one gave a crap about.
That went downhill so quick.
Oh yeah, no one cares about none of these characters. You're trying to recreate a Harry Potter universe that just those Harry Potter characters were beloved.
Well, no, you tried to expand it.
You tried to expand it,
but then you didn't expand it. You just you brought it back to the familiar characters, and that they had a good thing going because they introduced like the American school, and it's like, all right, that's a great idea. Let's expand that. But no, we brought it back to Hogwarts and we brought it back to, you know, Voldemort, or not Voldemort, Grindelwald and Dumbledore and all that stuff, which it's an important part of the Harry Potter lore, but it's like, I don't think we need to see a movie about this.
I mean, I wouldn't have mind if it was just Dumbledore by himself. I didn't care for the rest of the characters.
Right. Newt was a cool character in the first one.
Yes.
And then after that, they gave him nothing to do.
Nothing to do.
Except just have some random animals because they wanted to keep that Fantastic Beast moniker.
Totally agree.
It should have just been Fantastic Beast, and then the next movie should have just been a separate, like, Wizarding World of Harry Potter movie, and then so on and so forth. Totally. Like, you didn't need to make this a trilogy. You could have just done the one Fantastic Beast movie, and then did another story. There's nothing wrong with just doing a story and not a franchise.
Yep.
But we're all about franchises. We're all about TV series. We're all about branching off and expanding it.
Universes.
Yeah, universes and all this stuff. And that's kind of where the quality gets lost in places.
Yep. So hopefully Chucky doesn't get that route.
Hopefully not. But I will end this segment with stating he called out Megan in the Chucky show as well. There was a bit. He's flipping through channels and the Megan movie pops up. And he was like, oh, what a poser. And he flicks off the TV or whatever. He's like, screw you, Mathregan. Because, like, you know, the Megan title is ME3. It's a funny bit.
No, it's not.
It kind of is.
It just pissed me off when you said that. Let's just go to the next. If I would have saw that with you in this house or in this apartment, I would have just chunked the remote and TV. I said, you better not.
It's a funny bit, but you're right. It shouldn't be expanded on. You know what I mean? It's a funny call out because that Megan just did what Chucky tried to do. You know what I mean?
I can't stand you, Hollywood. And if I swear to God, what's your boy's name, the creator of Chucky?
Don Mancini.
He better not do what I hope Universal don't want him to do. Universal wants him to do.
No, it's not. It's the fans. The fans want it. That's why he did it.
I don't want that.
I just think it's a funny bit. That's
Yeah.
all. I don't think it should be anything more than that. Like, are you gonna do like the Freddy versus Jason way, or I think at one time they were actually talking about like a Michael Myers versus Chucky, or like a Michael Myers versus Jason. Like, are we gonna go that route again?
See, when you said it's a funny bit, that's the same they told Mike Myers when he did the Love Guru. He's like, yeah, that's a funny bit. It was all coked up when he did it. And then you know what happened when we did that Love Guru in front of all those people at that party? They made the movie.
Yeah.
So no, it's not a funny bit. It's not a funny bit.
No, I get your point, but me being a non-movie producer, I thought it was a funny little thing.
I mean, it just pisses me off because you know what's coming around the corner. You know it.
Yeah.
And like those movies have had no success.
No, of course not.
Those versus movies.
Yeah.
I think Freddy versus Jason might have been a little bit okay, but what Predator versus Alien, those movies were awful.
Yeah. Now, if you were to adapt the other Chucky, the other
that
Child's
makes
Play
sense,
versus Megan, I could see that
Yeah, that would make sense.
because they're more in the same realm,
Yeah.
right? I mean, both of them kind of left off hinting at that they're still around, so that makes more sense. But I hope it just stays as a funny little call out. We'll see.
And then next year, we're going to do the review for Megan versus Chucky. Still a funny bit, Jacob?
On the go, we're on a cruise with Jacob and James.
Bahaba Holly Hula Girl.
So I saw a little movie a week ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fall Guy.
Did he fall? Did he fall a lot?
No, he did not fall.
No, he
No,
didn't
no,
fall?
You know what he did? He did kind of fall a lot. You got a point. He did fall a lot.
Okay.
I
I would hope so. That's the title of the movie. I'd be upset if he never fell.
didn't even know it was based off a TV show back in the 80s with Lee Majors.
It is.
Yeah, I did not know that.
It was.
My sister told me.
Yeah.
And
And people tried to deny it.
yeah, it was some
But
very
it's
people like
very-
that tonight.
Very much based off a series.
It very is much. So the story is about the stunt guy who covers off to this real douchebag actor. He hurts his back. He's out of action for a couple months. You know, he's brought back into the movie business again.
Mm-hmm.
Finds out that the actor is kidnapped, and he doesn't know what's going on, why the actor had to showed up.
Yeah.
So now he has to find the actor, bring him back to the movie, or they can't film the movie again.
Right.
And Emily Blunt's character is the struggling person trying to become a director, and she shoots the movie. She finally gets a chance to shoot her movie.
Yeah.
So she's also in it as well. She's also very, very good in it too. Ryan Gosling, he won me over after Barbie. I think that's what it is. His charm won me over because he was really good in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I really had a good time with this movie. And the action sequences were coming in fun and heavy. It was a really, really fun movie, man.
Right.
Let me just get to the point. I really had a good time with
It looks like a fun movie.
Is it perfect? No.
I mean,
Is there a couple-
no movie is.
Yeah, and it was a couple pacing issues. Yes, which I'm seeing that more and more now. I don't know what's going on, but we got to work on the pacing in some of these movies.
Yeah.
Like it is coming in rapidly, way too fast or way too slow.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm seeing that more and more. Editing can't be that hard. Could it be, Jacob?
It can be.
See how I joke through at you?
It can be, and it can especially be hard when you have producers over your shoulder
True.
telling you what they want, what they don't want.
Yeah, that's true too.
You know, that's kind of the role of producer, right? It's like, hey, this,
Yeah,
do it.
yeah, that's got a point. But you really got to see this movie, man. Ryan Gosling is funny, a barrel of laughs.
Mm-hmm.
Your boy is in there, Craven. What's his name?
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. He's a douchebag actor that he's covering for. That Ryan Gosling's covering for.
Right.
Kind of look alike too.
Yeah.
I never. Really
Well, he's
thought
supposed
about
to be
that.
the stunt guy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he really does kind of look like him a little bit.
Yeah. Movie
And,
magic and makeup.
Yeah. Also, too, like at the beginning of the movie, they showed like a whole bunch of stunts from different movies, and it's a
Right.
love letter to pretty much all stuntmen.
It is. And a little bit of sidebar is recently Khadija and I took a trip to LA.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Universal Studios out there, and they got the Waterworld show.
Yeah.
Right? Which I'm surprised is still there because Waterworld, right? Like
Yeah, Waterworld.
who's really remembering Waterworld? But the first 10 minutes of it is a Fall Guy pre-show stunt show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they do like this little 10-minute bit, and then at the end of it, they're like, "Hey, we're really excited for the Fall Guy movie because it's all about stunts. It's all about stunt acting, and this is what we do. We, the Waterworld show. Obviously, there's stunt divers and stuff like that.
Sidebar: you remember Waterworld, right?
I have not seen Waterworld. I just know it's Mad Max with water.
Yeah, that's a good way to put that.
Yeah,
it's a good movie. Got to watch it one day.
I'm sure it is, and I kind of want to after seeing the Waterworld show.
You should. You love it. You and Khadijah will love it.
Well, I think Khadijah has seen it,
which
I was surprised. I was like, "Have you seen Waterworld?" But anyway, all over Universal Studios, they were advertising Fall Guy. I almost said Fall Guy. Yeah, they had Fall Guy banners and they had Fall Guy billboards, even all over LA. Fall Guy and If were the big movie they were pushing out there. And I was telling Khadijah, I was like, well, I guess we got to see Fall Guy because they're pushing this movie. And it does look good. It looked great when I first saw the trailer. So I'm 100%, we do plan to see it.
Like I said, it's just definitely a love letter to all the people that work hard and take all these bumps and bruises for these pampered actors.
Right.
And they don't get any thanks or any gratitude.
No.
I think one young lady, I don't know her name. I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm not going to say it, but she passed away. She died from a fatal stunt at one point.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. I forgot what movie it was. It happened like 4 or 5 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
So it's just like, you really come to respect these guys once you watch this movie.
Yeah.
And they show different stunts from Hobbs and Shaw, Fast and the Furious, Jurassic World, the latest one, Dominion, with Chris Pratt on a motorcycle having to get into the helicopter. And it's just like, man, you really, really respect these people. And it's just, I kind of think the Oscars should start honoring best stunts, in my opinion. I think they should. I mean, I know everybody's like, oh, you give an award for everything. I know. But hey, we give an award for best grips. It's like
best grips.
So I'm pretty sure you can give an award for best stunt, and I heard it has been doing too good at the box office lately, this movie. But I still say you should go out and watch it. It's a good matinee movie to watch in the evening or in the afternoon.
I'm excited to see it. I think it's good. Ryan Gosling has... I mean, he's been acting for a while, but he's a good actor.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He's becoming one of those guys who, like, they're not just the action guy. You know what I mean? He's action, he's comedy, he's drama. He can kind of... He's very versatile. And he's proven that, especially with the last few movies he's been in.
Yeah.
Especially Barbie. Barbie, he's really... I mean, he's kind of a main character, but he's more of a supporting character. And he
stole the show.
Yeah, he did. I mean, there was that whole controversy with him winning the awards.
Yeah, dude almost won an Oscar. He got nominated for best supporting actor.
Yeah, the Dumb Ken song.
Yeah, but 2 times. He got nominated 2 times. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
even he was like, really? Like,
yeah. But that's probably the biggest prestigious honor he's had in a while.
Yeah.
Because I think he did like Notebook.
It's funny because it seems like some of these older actors and celebrities are kind of like having resurgences.
True.
You know what I mean? Like Ryan Gosling, he's been around forever. Even like Taylor Swift on the music side. Taylor Swift been around for 15, 16 years.
True.
But it seems like over the last year or two, she's also had a resurgence. And now people are like, oh, Taylor Swift. But it's like, no, she's been around forever, guys. Like,
yeah. Who else? George Clooney, guys like that have these different resurgences. Directing wise.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, when you get a chance, definitely go watch this movie. I give it how can I do this? I give it 4.5. No, I ain't gonna say 4.5. I give it 4 solid stars.
Gotcha. I'm gonna see it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Solid stars.
We're gonna see it.
Way better than Argyle. Way better than Argyle.
That movie had potential.
It did, man.
They just took the potential a different way.
I also saw a movie too with Henry Cavill. The Ministry movie.
Oh yeah, that one. Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, sad.
Inglourious Basterds better.
Damn. Oh, sort of sidebar. I don't know why that reminded me, but did you see that Winston Duke wants to be Batman?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
I said he'd be a great what you call that, Lucius Fox son.
You don't want to see him as Batman?
Nah.
I'd love to see it.
The world isn't ready for that yet.
Not a black Batman?
Nah. It'll be protesting all in the streets.
Oh my god, I kind of want to see that.
I just want to see. You know I ain't gonna fight against it, but I'm just like, the uproar we're gonna have. Hell, we just got to talk about a damn Superman suit. So
yeah, right.
People gonna, so a black Batman? You kidding me? Come on, man. I would love it.
Yeah,
I'll be all for it.
You cast him as Batman. but then you just refer to him as a white guy the whole time. You go back to the absurd casting I was talking about at the beginning of the movie. You're like, oh yeah, you mean Batman, the white guy, the.
It's like you sound like a scary movie. You sound like that scary movie, those parodies from back in the 2000s.
Yeah. Speaking of parodies, did you see the trailer for Not Another Church movie?
Yeah, I did see that. I'm not watching it, but yeah, I did see it.
It looks so bad.
It looks so bad, man.
Apparently, it's like some sort of revenge.
Yeah, the Tyler Perry
movie. Yeah, because I guess like the guy was screwed over by Tyler Perry, so it's him making fun of all of Tyler Perry's movies.
No, Jamie Foxx is also part of it too.
It looks so bad.
Oh yeah, it looks really
looks
bad.
Awful.
Man.
Like not awful. Even awful in a good. Like, oh, this will show Tyler Perry. No, this just looks bad.
Well, I think they're trying to do that. They tried to do that on purpose. They tried to make it as awful as possible. And from what I heard, Tyler Perry's not too pleased about it.
Of course not. But I don't think it's gonna work the way that they want it to.
No, it's not, because it looks too bad.
Because also, like these parody movies, outside of like the first two scary movies,
which is one of my favorites, two of my favorites.
Yeah, the parody movies after those first two, all of them are terrible. They're not fun. They're not good. Nope. They're just awful. Jokes upon jokes, horrible jokes. Just corny. Anything that sticks on the wall, or not even anything that sticks on the wall. You dig out the trash. It's like some joke, but
awful, man.
Yeah, I saw that trailer like over the weekend or something. I was just like, what is this?
Yeah, it's pretty awful. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not the biggest fan of Tyler Perry either, but I'm just like, I don't think Tyler Perry is gonna lose any sleep watching this.
Yeah,
or caring about this, because you guys put it at such a low bar.
Yeah,
with the quality wise of this film, it was just like if it was done by a major studio, if it had a backing by a major studio and had a real good quality to it, I think Tyler Perry would be beyond the moon pissed. But I just think he's just pissed because it's like, oh, okay, you guys make fun of my characters. All right, you guys are trash. Yeah. But other than that, it's just like, okay, what else you got?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like a proper revenge would have just been to do a better version of Medea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like do your own version of Medea, but make it like the old school Medea, where the movies actually had like a kind of more of a heart and a message and a meaning to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like versus, a real backing.
Yeah, versus the Medea movies that had become already a parody of the Medea movies.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like she used to just be kind of a supporting character, but now like anytime a Medea movie comes out, it's just like, look at the wacky stunts Medea's doing.
Ooh, Medea.
She's going to jail. She's having Halloween things. Well, she's having a funeral or going to a funeral or whatever.
Well, now she's become the new Ernest now. She's
good point. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's a good point.
Medea goes to jail. Ernest goes to jail. Oh, like, remember those Ernest movies?
I miss Ernest.
Yeah, me too.
I never I haven't seen Ernest in forever, and honestly, I don't think I've watched too much of Ernest.
Me either. I don't think I did. I all saw it in passing.
But those were the days.
Yeah, those were the days. You seen that meme where it had John Cena next to Ernest? I was like, you know what? I can see that. I can see that. He does look like Ernest.
John Cena is a fun guy enough to do it. You know what I mean?
Swole Ernest. But
have you seen the interviews with John Cena? We're going way off the rails on this episode. But have you seen the interview where like they were asking John Cena's like about his Instagram posts? Because he just posts like random stuff.
Yeah, he posts random stuff.
The most random things. And they're like, what does this mean? And he goes, oh, well, go to my bio and read the bio. And the guy's like, hey, this is John Cena's Instagram account. I'm posting things for fun. Please enjoy. And then John Cena's like, enjoy. Like that's it. That's it. I just post random stuff.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think I might do that for my Instagram.
Yeah, right. Just post random things.
Just random stuff, man.
Yeah.
Things that make you go, as they say.
Good throwback to old bit from something I don't remember.
Yeah.
I remember it, but I don't remember what it's from. Anyway.
I forgot where I got it from, too. I'll probably remind myself after we do the pod.
Right. Moving on.
Anything else you got?
So before we get out of here, James, I gotta mention our friend of the show, David, King David. He's got a little Houston tour coming up. He's got a bunch of shows. He's got 4 shows coming up. I think 2 are in May, or 3 are in May. One's in June. Let me see if I can pull up his Instagram account real quick, actually.
Gotcha.
His first show is tomorrow night, May 11th, at the 19th Hole Grill and Bar in Woodlands, I was going to say Woodlands, Texas. I guess I should say Woodlands, Texas. Yes, he's going to be in the Woodlands, May 11th, at the 19th Hole Grill and Bar. I think doors open at 8. So that's his first show. But his next show after that is May 17th at The End. I'm assuming that's a bar somewhere in Houston or a club somewhere in Houston. He's also, May 30th, he's going to be back at the Scout Bar, and then June 19th, he's going to be back at the Scout Bar. So 4 shows coming up. It's a big deal for David. This is his first, set of shows. It's his Houston tour, his villain arc tour, as he calls it. Actually, I'm looking at the poster right now. So I know the show tomorrow. I think it's like $10 to get in.
Oh, that's not
and
bad.
20 if you're under 21. So
Okay.
yeah, not a bad thing. I'm thinking about going. I'm planning on going to the one on the 17th. So it's not doing anything.
Which one's the 17th?
It's at the end.
The end. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in downtown. I got to look it up again.
Yeah, you gotta look that one up.
Yeah. So
Well, I wouldn't mind going.
yeah, maybe we should go. Maybe we should go tomorrow and check him out. But
Yeah, man.
I'm real excited for him. You know, he's finally getting out there. He's finally getting away from the Scout Bar. It's funny because the Scout Bar was on one side of Houston. The Woodlands is on the other side of freaking Houston. Like, you get
Woodlands
closer,
is far.
David.
Woodlands is pretty doggone far, man.
Yeah.
So at least downtown is a little bit closer though.
Right.
So I'm happy about that.
Yeah. So I just wanted to point that out. First show's tomorrow. Rest of the shows are coming up. We'll kind of promote it as our episodes come out a little bit. You know, just give them a little shout out here and there.
Man.
So
Most definitely.
yeah, but that's all I got for that. I think I'm about out. Are you out? You got anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Nah, man. I think that's it. I think we covered it for the weekend.
Hey man, it's been a week. It's been a couple. Well, it's been a little bit. I've been out, so I hope everyone's been enjoying our silly little episodes we put out in the meantime. So we're back to business. We're back to news.
Yep.
We're gonna catch up on all the things we missed. So hey, if you want to email us, you can email us at onthegopod2023@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram at onthego with Jacob and James. Is all one word. You can find James on Instagram at
James 9794.
You can find me on Instagram at jacobdowntown.audio. And you can follow us on YouTube, On The Go with Jacob and James. Posting all our episodes on YouTube as well, so follow us there. I'm on the go. James is on the go. We're all on the go. Talk to you later.